Hello and welcome to this video about the ancient Egyptians and their relationship and spiritual beliefs with the cat or feline. The ancient Egyptians were one of the most fascinating and complex civilizations in the world, and their beliefs and customs continue to intrigue and captivate us to this day. One of the most distinctive and unique aspects of ancient Egyptian culture was their relationship with cats and other felines. In this video, we'll explore the ways in which cats and other felines were revered and worshipped by the ancient Egyptians, as well as the role they played in their religious beliefs and rituals. Part 1: The importance of cats in ancient Egyptian society. The Egyptians worshipped a variety of animals, including cats, as gods and goddesses. These animals were considered to represent natural aspects of the world that the Egyptians observed and revered. For example, the cat was associated with the goddess Batet, who was thought to represent the power of the sun. The cat was also associated with the goddess Sekhmet, who was believed to represent the force of nature that can cause destruction. In this way, the Egyptians saw the natural world as a source of both power and danger, and they worshipped the animals that embodied these aspects. Cats played a significant role in ancient Egyptian society, both as beloved pets and as symbols of divinity. Unlike many other cultures throughout history, the ancient Egyptians viewed cats as sacred and holy animals, and they were treated with the utmost respect and reverence. In fact, the ancient Egyptians believed that cats were earthly manifestations of the goddess Batet, who was considered the protector of the home, fertility, and childbirth. As a result of this belief, cats were often depicted in ancient Egyptian art and sculpture, and were given special privileges that other animals did not receive. For example, killing a cat was considered a grave offense, and could result in severe punishment, including death. In addition, when a cat died, its owners would often go into mourning, shaving their eyebrows as a sign of respect and devotion. Part 2: The worship of Batet and Sekhmet and the role of felines in Egyptian mythology. Sekhmet and Batet were ancient Egyptian goddesses who had very important roles in society. Sekhmet was the goddess of war and destruction, while Batet was the goddess of protection and fertility. Sekhmet was often called upon to punish those who violated the law, and her presence was thought to bring disaster and plagues to those who opposed the pharaoh. She was also worshipped as the goddess of healing, and her priests were thought to be able to heal the sick. Batet was worshipped throughout Egypt as the goddess of protection. People would often pray to her for help in times of danger, and she was also thought to bring good luck and fertility to those who worshipped her. She was often depicted as a cat, and her priests were responsible for taking care of the cats in ancient Egypt. In addition to their status as sacred animals and symbols of divinity, cats and other felines played important roles in ancient Egyptian mythology. One of the most famous feline figures in Egyptian mythology was the goddess Sekhmet, who was depicted as a lioness-headed deity. Sekhmet was the goddess of war, destruction, and healing, and was believed to have the power to cure and prevent disease. Another important feline figure in Egyptian mythology was the god Ra, who was associated with the sun and the sky. Ra was often depicted as a man with the head of a falcon or a lion, and was considered one of the most important deities in the Egyptian pantheon. Cats and other felines were also associated with other deities, including the goddess Tefnut, who was depicted as a lioness, and the god Mafde, who was associated with justice and protection. As we've already mentioned, Batet was the goddess of fertility and childbirth, and was associated with cats and other felines. She was depicted in ancient Egyptian art as a woman with the head of a cat, and was often shown holding a sistrum, a musical instrument used in religious ceremonies. Batet was one of the most popular deities in ancient Egypt, and her cult was centered in the city of Bubastis, located in the Nile Delta region. The worship of Batet was an important part of ancient Egyptian religious life, and her temple in Bubastis was a site of pilgrimage for thousands of people. The temple was renowned for its lavish festivals and ceremonies, which included processions of priests and worshippers carrying statues of the goddess, as well as music, dancing, and offerings of food and drink. Part 3: The cat in Egyptian art. Cats and other felines were popular subjects in ancient Egyptian art, and were often depicted in a variety of poses and positions. One of the most famous examples of feline art from ancient Egypt is the statue of the goddess Batet, which depicts her as a woman with the head of a cat. The statue is made of bronze and is adorned with gold and precious stones, and is considered one of the masterpieces of ancient Egyptian art. Other examples of feline art from ancient Egypt include paintings and sculptures depicting cats and other felines in various poses and positions. These artworks often featured intricate details and were created using a variety of materials, including stone, wood, and bronze. One notable example of feline art from ancient Egypt is the Sphinx, a statue that depicts a lion with the head of a human. The Sphinx is considered one of the most iconic symbols of ancient Egypt and is still a popular tourist attraction today. Part 4: The Afterlife and Cats. The ancient Egyptians had a complex and intricate belief system when it came to the afterlife. They believed that when a person died, their soul would journey through a series of challenges and obstacles before reaching the afterlife. Cats and other felines played an important role in this process, as they were believed to be able to protect the soul and guide it through its journey. One of the most important feline figures in ancient Egyptian afterlife beliefs was the god Anubis, who was often depicted with the head of a jackal or a dog. Anubis was the god of embalming and mummification, and was believed to be responsible for guiding the souls of the dead through the afterlife. In some depictions, Anubis was shown accompanied by a cat, who was believed to help him in his duties. Another important feline figure in ancient Egyptian afterlife beliefs was the goddess Batet. In addition to her role as a protector of the home and fertility, Batet was also believed to have the power to protect the souls of the dead and guide them through the afterlife. It was common for ancient Egyptians to include images of Batet in their tombs and funerary art, as a way of ensuring that she would guide them safely to the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians believed that cats were sacred animals that could help them connect with the spiritual world. They often depicted cats in their artwork and believed that they could help guide people on their journey to the afterlife. Some Egyptians even believed that cats were reincarnated beings that could help them connect with their past lives. Part 5: Conclusion. In conclusion, cats and other felines played a significant role in ancient Egyptian society and culture. They were revered as sacred animals and symbols of divinity, and were often depicted in art and sculpture. Cats and other felines also played important roles in ancient Egyptian mythology and afterlife beliefs, serving as protectors and guides for the souls of the dead. The ancient Egyptians' relationship with cats and other felines is a testament to their complex and intricate belief system, which continues to fascinate and captivate people to this day. Through their worship of Batet, their depictions of Sekhmet and Ra, and their belief in Anubis and Batet as protectors of the afterlife, the ancient Egyptians created a rich and vibrant culture that still resonates with us today. Please subscribe, like, and comment, it'll be much appreciated.